All right. Here's a place that is not as fine. Chicago, NBC 15 reports, Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson has spent over $30,000 in campaign funds on expenses related to personal grooming, according to financial disclosures reviewed by the National Desk. Mayor Johnson was elected in April 2023. His latest disclosure lists a payment of $4,000 to Anthony Jones Salon for event expenses. Campaign manager Bill Neidhart clarified to Chicago Sun-Times the money was actually given to AJ Styles Barber and Beauty Salon and said the filing would be amended to reflect this. So it wasn't that salon, it was a different salon, okay. The expense is one of several over the last year and a half devoted to grooming. Another report from the end of 2023 discloses 13 transactions with Makeup Magic, amounting to almost $7,000. Disclosures throughout 2023 showed Johnson's campaign made repeated trips to this location and others amounting to over $30,000 in makeup expenses since taking office. So makeup and hair and makeup are the two things. Now, at the time of this report, the mayor's office had not responded to a request for comment, but the mayor did finally respond to a question about it. Here he is at a press conference. I believe this was yesterday. Watch.
Let me ask you another question. There will be the awkward elephant in the room, and that is about the Sun-Times story last week about your spending of $30,000 from your campaign fund for hair and makeup. Can you respond to that and explain why you think that's an appropriate use of the campaign dollars to what to many people seems like a lot of money?
I think it's always appropriate to make sure that we're investing in small businesses, especially minority-owned, black-owned, women-owned businesses. Our campaign spends money on food. We support black and brown-owned businesses, women-owned businesses, printing. There are a number of things that my campaign spends dollars on. And I'm so committed to supporting small businesses that even as mayor, just made another announcement of another $35 million available for small businesses. That's important to people, that we lift up, small businesses that, in particular, that don't always get the attention and support that they deserve it. And so we're going to continue to do that as a city, and we'll make sure that, I encourage all of you in this room, support small businesses. Go get your hair and makeup done by black people in particular.
Okay. First of all, how did that guy spend that kind of money on his hair? And I'm not saying, I have a lot of room to talk. My hairstyle may not be extravagant itself, but where is that money going? Why would that hairstyle require that kind of money and that kind of upkeep? I don't get it. Is he going to a barber who uses trimmers made out of pure gold? Scissors made out of endangered elephant tusks or something? I don't understand that. And this also seems to be a theme. If you're having a little bit of deja vu, this is a theme with Chicago mayors to have these kinds of scandals. Remember the old mayor, Mayor Lightfoot, had her own salon-related controversy. She went to get her hair done, if I remember correctly. The controversy was that she got her hair done while the COVID lockdowns were still happening. So she forced everyone else to stay home while she went out to get her hair done. And we all had the same question there. Putting the ethics aside, putting the hypocrisy aside, why are you bothering to spend that money on your hair? And where is that money going? Lori Lightfoot, it looked like her hairstylist was the landscaper. It looked like she just went outside while the guy had shears. He was pruning the bushes, and she just went outside. Hey, can you take some off the top? And she was spending all this money on hairstyles. It was kind of strange. More to the point, he's using campaign funds on his vanity like this, and then his excuse is that he's supporting small businesses. That's why he was doing it, you see. Not for his own sake. He was just he felt bad for these small businesses. He was just supporting them. Minority-owned businesses, no less. That changes everything. Hey, Mayor, why did you spend tens of thousands of dollars of campaign funds on your hair and makeup? Oh, no, it's okay. Black people were doing my hair. You see? Oh, okay, well then never mind. You should have said that to begin with. So this is obviously a pathetic, ridiculous excuse. There are a lot of ways to support small businesses that, not that supporting small businesses is really the point of campaign funds. People give money to your campaign because for whatever ungodly reason, they want you to get elected, which means that frankly, they deserve for their money to be wasted in this way. So I don't, it doesn't really upset me that much. But that's no excuse for Brandon Johnson. He has no good excuse. Can't come up with one. He also doesn't need to come up with one, and he knows that. Because there will be no accountability. And even if there is, eventually, it's not going to improve anything in Chicago. Because that's the other part of this, is that Brandon Johnson is everything bad about Lori Lightfoot, but worse. He even has the same kinds of scandals that she had. So they got rid of her and replaced her with a worse version of herself. And now Chicago is in even worse shape than it was. And its leadership is an even bigger joke than it was. And that's how these things generally work. Thanks for checking out this video. If you'd like to listen to my full podcast on the go, you can check out The Matt Walsh Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.